I may have made a very large mistake as a goddess, and that mistake happens to be playing favorites. Or more, perhaps, giving more than one tribe my favorites. Like the fact that we have, the beautiful moss agate over here, glittering and green just how I love it. And then we've also got, not in that tribe, the Sandcat Temple. Yeah, the really, really, really cool looking Sandcat Temple that I'm, to be completely honest, kind of very much enchanted with. I'm a little concerned about that. Because technically, we're supposed to have the merchant go ahead and be the most successful of all the tribes on this planet, of which I also need to acknowledge there happen to be, three tribes, one of which I haven't even given a name yet, but I'm sure any second now I will change that and will make sure that I love all of my tribes equally. Obviously, I don't have favorites. That'd be like having Pokemon that you just never take out of your Pokeboxes. Who does that, right? We all take all of them out all the time to make sure they have equal chance to stretch their legs, right? Okay, I'm really sorry, Wooddale. I'm gonna give you guys like a good name. In fact, look, I feel so bad now that we're even going to go ahead and we're going to sneak into the biodiversity drafts. Look, as a goddess, I have to admit there's a lot of moving pieces going on with trying to keep the universe going. And maybe some of the best ways to experience the story after story of these planets coming into existence and all of these people worshipping the glittering goldness of my fish scales, apparently, well, is to just kind of try things out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what happens when we look at a new draft in the forest. Pangolin! They're so cute! But that's a squirrel with the apple tree! Oh my gosh. That's so cute! Oh no, how do I pick? So if we get the biodiversity, we can't even re-roll with the unavailable. It looks like a Triforce. I have no, like, is that tied into the overall Zelda universe? Questions that one day I'll have to get the answer to. But the pangolin's so cute. I can't help it. I really love it. So it would get some more food and more gold that would become available to whatever village had it for each different adjacent bioticum type, so animals, plants, and minerals. So the more diversity it's surrounded by in the forest, then the more that we'd be able to actually watch as the pangolin species as a whole really thrived. And they would actually have bamboo near them, which is good for construction, something we haven't needed to worry about so far, and I definitely want to keep my eyes out on. And palace cats! Plus gold if adjacent to gym. Oh my gosh, come on. Think of this. We could have palace cats versus sand cats. That has to happen. Let's unlock the pangolin. All right, onwards. If that's going to be a good thing or not, we'll have to see. But we do also have... Oh, so now we've unlocked more for the ocean rank. Okay. I need to think about that before we check on the next draft. Because actually, the ocean seems to be one of the things that is most available to Gold Glitter Harbor. And we need to get them a little bit more in terms of their wealth to their city if we want to be able to watch as they build up this monument to the ages. And now I feel like we have palace cats versus sand cats versus like my gold glitter goldfish that are really clownfish actually. So maybe gold glitter clownfish, which is definitely not going to be a tongue twister. Oh no. Okay, so let's see. If that's the case, they need more money. What could the ocean... Oh, I guess we have to decide. But then I feel like the desert should also have an opportunity to maybe expand. Okay. But the ocean's so big. You know what? We're gonna check on what the ocean could possibly have. Tuna! Okay. So they would go ahead. Expanse. This tag can trigger... So they're large predator. Can I... What if I did I use up my unlock? I did use up my unlock. Phooey. That's okay. Well, the tuna would be able to have food output And if they were next to anchovy, it would actually add more biodiversity to the planet because they would create a schooling effect. Because anchovy, tiny. Tuna, gigantic. Tuna are huge. They're one of the most fascinating, like, carnivore predators in the entire ocean to me because they're gigantic. They're huge, and they get so old. I remember the first time I realized that, like, the tuna that might be in my school lunch actually would be almost 3 decades older than me. That's when I stopped eating it because I just thought it's seen so much and it could live for so long. Tuna that we have today actually don't even get a chance to get as big as they could, and just the joy and the majesty of being able to watch as they grow and the space that their potential has to take up in the world is just all right. I'm on team tuna now apparently. Let's see. And suckerfish would also, oh, here we are. So they would actually provide the glitter of a little bit more gold in exchange for each distinct predator in the biome. All right. Welcome, tuna. And now at least my goddess powers have spread enough that we have introduced a whole new species. Hopefully we'll be able to make sure that we can continue to add to all of this. So we need to get more gold for... We need to get more gold for my... Sea anemone, red algae. We could put more agate in here, technically. That would take down our biodiversity and our science. The white plumed anemone is actually kind of important too, because we just need to get quite a bit more actually. Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe we need to do that for just a little while, or maybe we need more clownfish actually. I wonder if we actually need more clownfish. So there's agate there, and the agate. So this agate has quite the boost. And the clownfish are really happy if they're next to a sea anemone. So let me think about this. So they actually give off gold. I think we will replace the bedrock here with some agate. I wonder why this agate has such a big boost. Let's try that out. I think it's like the air of mystery in this city actually makes it, because they're gem seekers, that's right. And they get this huge boost if they have more gems within their borders. Okay, is that going to be enough for you guys to have the glittering gold that you need? They increase wealth. I think they have literally nothing to increase their population. Well, they have a little bit to increase their population from the blueberries here. Is that helpful? Maybe? A little bit? Oh my gosh, we really have to increase it like a lot more. I thought that would help out, but I guess not. Wow. And I want them to expand. And yeah, this agate just isn't as successful. Well, I wonder if we should put an ocean over here? That's not really gonna help us either, I think. And then the clownfish is already next to a sea anemone. And so it won't really get better than that. And I think having the technology and the mystery with the white plumed anemone, that's kind of hard to put down. I wonder. Maybe if we replace the agate with more clownfish, who gives us a little bit more money? If next to a sea anemone, the clownfish gives us quite a bit. And there's not really any predators for the suckerfish to be near. I don't think. Yeah, because there's just the coral reef. It would, and it doesn't give us that many. Shark cleaner 0 out of 3 for each distinct predator. And we only have one predator type, which is the mighty tuna. But I wonder, actually, if we replace the moss agate, we lose out on that nice little boost Well, we lose out on a little bit of a boost from having the plant, but I think on the whole we would still be better off than having this. But actually this is like a plant boost spot right here if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's rich ground, so that's giving us a ton of population. Boy, being a goddess has a few more layers to it than I was expecting. Merchant Town, we need to work with you then. You know what? These people know what they want. They don't want blueberries on their rich ground. I hope that doesn't destroy the potential. Instead, we're gonna add more money. More money, more problems, I would think. But we're gonna see how that works out. Wow, look at all of that! That's a huge pile of gold surplus. Hey, they made it! Okay, but now they don't have the 2 elemental on their border. But they have so much! Oh my gosh, where did all that wealth come from? As long as there's a surplus of gold, the city's wealth will keep rising. Is that because you guys have the Gem Seeker? It is! That's a huge amount! That's amazing! Okay, so that's really amazing and useful to have. Note to self. Yeah, they wanted, forget blueberries, they'd rather try to go ahead and eat rocks. Okay, that being said, our little merchant town, they're not interested in expanding just yet. My goddess powers can basically just sort of slow down like the development of time. And now we need to get 2 element biotica within these borders. So since we have that many gemstones, I definitely want to leave the gemstones alone because the gemstones are what made it so useful. What would be the elemental biotica though? What would count for those? Would it be these guys? So the coral rocks would count, and then the bedrock actually counts as 2. So we're gonna actually take a little bit of a risk and we're going to gently chase away these clownfish. I hate to do it, but we're gonna let them possibly swim off as the seas churn around them and the ground rises from below the ocean, because the bedrock would actually provide a couple of the element. Yes! Huzzah! We've gotten to the next monument age! Oh, that's so cool! And now they've got a little bit more science coming in from the bedrock, which is quite useful because it's next to a plant, so it has that footing. And so we're working on getting Gold Glitter Harbor up to Prosperity 40. How do I get you guys more interested? We don't really need more land in this era. No biotica just outside the borders are reported. Territory completely filled with biotica exploring is more worth it. They will the will of a city to expand their borders. When there are more positives than negatives, they will send out explorers to expand their borders. So if they want more money, then they will keep going. Got it. So actually putting things right outside their borders, that encourages them. Oh, so then what if we come over and we're kind of like, hey, look at this. Your clownfish, your super special clownfish, they kind of just moved over here. Do you want to come over and possibly see what they're up to? That might be very useful. So now these clownfish have a lot of potential. Will Sandcat Oasis attempt to go ahead and get the mystery and the money? Oh boy. Here they go. No, these guys want it. They want these clownfish. And it looks like Sandcat Oasis didn't try to expand fast enough. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so how else can we encourage Gold Glitter Harbor to go ahead and continue to grow? Well, I feel like the answer's a little obvious since they kind of obviously... Now we have 4 biodiversity. This biome has enough biodiversity to count the ocean for diversity bonus at the end of the era. It has 6, but requires only 4 in this era. Good to know. Meanwhile, Southdale, the arid wilds, has good biodiversity. Pearl Lagoon! Ooh, I bet Wooddale Shrine would try to expand. What did they want again? Did they want anything? Yeah, they're chill. They're content to be them. But I feel like maybe we'll give the Shrineland the pangolin. I would love to see a happy pangolin. For each different animal, plant, and mineral around them, these pangolin will be able to give a different bonus. So I want to try that out a little bit because I think that could be quite fun. The pangolin might even be outside of the city. The Pallas cat right there. Ooh, if it's adjacent to... Okay, actually, I want to put a Pallas cat right outside of the city because if it's adjacent to at least one gemstone area, then the Pallas cat will be quite happy. So let's try putting the Pallas cat right there. And I kind of want to put the pangolin right here. And we're going to let our little water god tippy-tap its way over on its little crab claws. Hello, little wines. Oh, how fun! And then you can see the harmony of the pangolin has gone up quite a bit. And then let's go ahead and put in a Pallas cat right here. And we have to keep an eye on our eons. Oh, and now the pangolin. Wow! Okay, pangolin, immensely amazing because now their presence has added not only a lot of biodiversity to Wooddale Forest, but it lies between the lands of our two villages and possibly will end up causing a little bit of interest between the two. Let's see. Then we have the bamboo will thrive if it's next to other plants. The blueberries thrive next to minerals. And then we've got the ash trees, which just have a fantastic delivery of like science. And oh man, I love those pangolin. And the pangolin will really be happy if they're next to another bit of diversity. So I'm trying to think what we might want to provide. Maybe a little bit of the technology from having like a forest. So let's put the ash trees over here and see what happens. Keeping an eye on our eons. That's really cool. And now the pangolin have 50. Are you kidding? Can I have another pangolin, please? Could I have a whole nother pangolin, please? Like right over here. It would replace, oh, that would replace some of the moss though. And these guys are really fantastic at like their gemstones. Oh, how fun! I wonder how the ash trees might be useful. Oh, and we have something going on over here. Wow! So now the forest, which I kind of want to name like the Pallas cat, or like, perhaps the Palla cat or the Pangla cat, the Pangla cat. Oh gosh, like Valley, Pangla cat, Taiga. We don't really have a taiga yet. I kind of want this idea that it's a very hidden away land that's sort of tucked to the other side of the world from everything else. And if they'll have a huge boost to their monetary gain if there are 3 or 4 distinct animals within their borders. And if they have a bunch of fish, they'll have a big boost to their like money. And if they have a bunch of animals, how many animals do you guys have within your borders? I'm trying to think. They don't have the pangolin and they don't have the Pallas cat yet. And they don't have any fish in their borders. And if they become wealthy, they might compete with some of the other cities. Let's have them gain the hunter. And we'll see how that focus becomes for them. Whoa! That's so fun! I love seeing the planet get bigger. Wow. Okay, so then we're gonna... Oh, look at the food! Oh my gosh, that's so much food. But now I wonder if the population of the, maybe the Pangla cat? How about Panglo cat? There we go. Panglo cat. Vistas? Panglo cat. Oh, what's something that's like really evocative of it's in a far, far away like area? How about vistas? And then the idea is that it's just located really, really, really far away. Their population just went so high up compared to everybody else. Oh, and look, we're going to try to ignore what they're doing to the poor little pangolin cats. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit of tension over who might want the pangolin right there. But, I mean, somebody better take it because that's a really, 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 really fantastic boost to any city. That's a lot of wealth that obviously is not going to be coming from harvesting my pangolin cat. Or my Pallas cats or my pangolin. We all remember the tragedy of the pangolin passing away in our adventures within our Planet Zoo realms, after all. The death roll. Oh, the death roll. If any of you guys remember that, please let me know because that was kind of hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so let's see. The merchant town really wants to have at least 25 wealth. In which case, if they came over and said hello to the pangolin, I think they'd be very happy with that. And the hunter's village wants to have at least an animal population of 8. I actually think we could probably pull that off, but we want to use a bit of caution there because we are getting kind of close to completing the end of the eras. But if we put a pangolin right here, does the pangolin want... The pangolin should actually get along, I think, with everybody else. And then we can come in and we can spend some of the wealth that we have and the population that we have to give us a little bit more breathing room before the end of the era has arrived. Hello, little ones! Oh, how fun! Oh, so they need different plants or minerals or animals around them. Well, that's still a really, like, healthy addition that the wonderful pangolin population has added to Pangolo Cat's vistas. Oh, and now they're expanding. Oh, they got the pangolin! Wow, they're gonna be pretty darn wealthy, actually. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we can make the merchant town, like, because I don't know if I can have them fight over this, but look at how much more prosperous they're getting. Oh, that's exceptionally satisfying as the goddess, by the way, watching all of the gold and the piles of food just evaporate into my waiting arms. There's almost something like eating a dessert about it, just watching that giant, beautiful pile of gold that's glittering just disappear. So they now have a prosperity of 26. They're as prosperous as Gold Glitter Harbor, and now I kind of feel like I need to take good care of the Sand Cat Oasis, because, let's see, if there are 2 to 3 cat biotica on the whole planet, so the whole planet, yeah, they're actually doing really good because I guess the Pallas cats would also count as cats, not just the sand cats, right? Let's double check. Yep. Oh my gosh. And now we can actually put in another draft. Let's actually look at the desert because I wanna just see what would happen. The lapis lazuli! Oh my gosh. That's the royal jewel, plus 30 for each distinct gem biotica. Oh, there's topaz and jasper involved. But if we went for the limestone, it would be a barren area that would have 1 micro slot. The fan palm would give us some gold and knowledge, and then there would also be rattlesnakes. I mean, each distinct adjacent gem biotica. Ooh, I want all the shiny things. But the limestone gives you so much of... Oh man, the goddess village wants wealth though. Have more wealth than the merchant. I think I know which one they would be praying for. They'd be praying for the lapis lazuli. Yeah, don't know how that's gonna work out, but we're gonna make it happen. So each distinct adjacent gem. I think we could really make a lot happen there then. We're gonna need to be really careful with the eons. We may not be able to accomplish as monumental an era and an age as I thought. Now these guys are actually hesitant because they don't really feel like they need more land in this era. Huh. And now the Huntress Town. You guys have got a ridiculous population. I have no idea how we're going to handle this when we're a very prosperous world, I think. But I can't help but feel like I have given my people so much. And yet, I wonder if all these riches and all of this wealth is going to become the seeds of war. I guess we're gonna have to find out. Maybe if I give everybody shiny stones and cats, they'll be happy. Something tells me that's not going to be enough. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.